In case you are still reeling from the news of the recent implosion of the Titanic submarine and the deaths of all aboard, remember that you're not the only one, and we are with you in spirit. Welcome to Gossip Stars, the ultimate destination for all the juiciest celebrity gossip. James Cameron has apparently got a lot to say about his close friend and the 4 other people who perished in the sub when it sank. Here's everything you need to know. James Cameron, a cinematic legend and expert scuba diver, is struggling to make sense of a fatal coincidence. Cameron, in his retelling of the Titanic disaster, places particular emphasis on the captain's refusal to heed warnings of ice ahead, which ultimately led to the ship's disastrous collision on a moonless night. Drawing a chilling yet realistic comparison, Cameron remarks, "For a very similar tragedy, where warnings went unheeded, to take place at the same exact site with all the diving that's going on all around the world, I think it's just astonishing. It's really quite surreal." Not to forget, before the tragic event, some involved in deep-sea exploration had voiced worries regarding the vessel in question. Given that, Cameron is now drawing attention to the concerning reality that these issues remained unanswered, which underscores the seriousness of the current situation. Additionally, it seems that the famed director's feelings stem from genuine disbelief and melancholy as he mourns the probable death of his 25-year-long friend and fellow French explorer Paul-Henri Nargeolet, who was aboard the doomed research vessel. According to Cameron, it's a very small community. "For him to have died tragically in this way is almost impossible for me to process." Not to mention, James Cameron claims he rightfully predicted the fate of the Titanic sub days before its wreckage was discovered. He says, and we quote, "I felt in my bones what had happened. For the sub's electronics to fail and its communication system to fail, and its tracking transponder to fail simultaneously, the sub's gone. I knew that sub was sitting exactly underneath its last known depth and position. That's exactly where they found it." Moving on, James Cameron also stated, "It felt like a prolonged and nightmarish charade where people are running around talking about banging noises and talking about oxygen and all this other stuff. I immediately got on the phone with some of my contacts in the deep submersible community. Within about an hour, I had the following facts. They were on a descent. They were at 3,500 meters, heading to the bottom at 3,800 meters. Honestly, we feel you, James Cameron, we really do." Moving on, for those of you who are probably still living under a rock and have no idea of what the tragedy is all about, here's a quick backstory. During a dive on June 18 to the remains of the infamous RMS Titanic, which sank in 1912, the submersible known as Titan vanished without a trace. Passengers included OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush, British millionaire Hamish Harding, Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood, and his son Suleiman Dawood, who was 19 years old, along with Nargeolet. Following the report of their absence, the United States Coast Guard immediately launched a comprehensive search and rescue operation. On the other hand, the horrifying reality came to light on June 22, when officials confirmed the discovery of debris from an external part of the submersible, which indicated a catastrophic implosion. The commander of the 1st Coast Guard District, Rear Admiral John Mauger, commented about the unforgiving environment at the seafloor during a news briefing. He also confirmed that the debris collected was consistent with the vessel's catastrophic implosion. According to him, this is an incredibly unforgiving environment down there on the seafloor. The debris is consistent with a catastrophic implosion of the vessel. That said, OceanGate also issued a solemn statement in which they expressed their conviction that all 5 passengers had sadly been killed in the accident. The remarks of the firm reflected the emotions of many others by acknowledging the resilient spirit of these brave explorers and their unyielding passion for discovering and safeguarding the waters of the earth. As per their original statement, they expressed, "These men were true explorers who shared a distinct spirit of adventure and a deep passion for exploring and protecting the world's oceans." The statement read, "Our hearts are with these 5 souls and every member of their families during this tragic time. We grieve the loss of life and joy they brought to everyone they knew. And while we, along with many around the world, continue to pray for the souls of the departed, feel free to let us know if you too would like to drop a message for the ones who lost their lives to the unforgiving ocean." Having said that, if you'd like to catch us for more updates, simply click on the bell icon, and we'll be sure to pop back soon.